How's it going, everybody? Hopefully you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe, get us to 1,000 subscribers. We've been growing by a rapid rate, so keep it going. We are so thankful for all you that subscribe, and we hope that you'll like each message and check out other videos more like this on my channel. This message I'm going to be talking about is the theme for this year of the talks that I'll be giving. So if you come to a town where I'm speaking in, I'll be in Los Angeles, I'll be in Baltimore, Maryland, New York City, North Jersey, I'll be in Central Jersey, as well as Ohio, Illinois, the list goes on. We'll be all across the country. Check out one of those talks, but you'll get a sneak preview here. And the message is encouragement conquers all. It's actually a book that I'm writing, my 6th book. If you haven't checked out any of my other books, you can go on Amazon and check those out, or you can check out on our website, amazingnation.org. But bottom line is encouragement conquers all. That's the bottom line for this year. When I say the bottom line, at the end all and be all, this is what matters. Just recently, one of my friends passed away at 69 years old. His name's Marty. And at that funeral, I remember just sitting there, just crying, thinking like, man, I only have a few more years to live. Now, I've been speaking all across this great nation for over 25 years. You're like, oh, you're young, this and that. No, we're not promised tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, anybody thinks they can be promised tomorrow, they should actually remember who their God is. And you're not your God, and I'm not my God. I could stop breathing right now. I don't think that would be good, but that I just fall over and croak. But I can tell you, encouragement conquers death. Because as I was at that funeral and I was listening to the stories, thinking about my friend who actually was one of the most encouraging people you'll ever meet. He was in my top 5 most encouraging people that I've ever met, and I've met millions of people. And encouragement conquers death, because what I was thinking about at that funeral was, who have I not encouraged? Who have I discouraged? Who have I led away from God? Who have I not been the best example for? And I thought, man, if I was an encouragement, if I took time out of my busy schedule to listen to more people, to hug more people. And so my goal is to be like Marty and to be like a lot of you out there, and I hope all of us, to be the most encouraging person on the planet. And that's what my next book is talking about, because encouragement can conquer death. Because when we are the most encouraging person on the planet, holding people accountable to greatness, and encouraging people to be the best person they can be, and also encouraging people to let them know how important they are to you, I can tell you that will make death be eliminated, because we will be at our deathbed knowing that we were the most encouraging person on the planet. Also, Jesus, his death on the cross shows us this. You see, Jesus was the most encouraging person on the planet, because we deserved sin and death. We did wrong. We made the mistakes. We nailed him to the cross. We hurt him. We denied him. We were the ones that destroyed him. And his death on the cross conquered sin, and it conquered death. And his encouragement to say, I love you just the way you are. I love you so much that whether you change or you don't change, I love you. Whether you're good or bad, I love you. Whether you were the most encouraging person or you weren't, I love you. And what he's saying is, his death on the cross saved us if we say yes to him. If you haven't said yes to Jesus, then it's hard to be the most encouraging person on the planet. And how we're able to be that encouraging person, we need to be that person that can conquer the things in our life that are leading us away from him, like addiction, like anxiety, like worrying, like maybe a struggle we have with our family member. Maybe someone hurt us and we haven't forgiven them. You see, his death on the cross teaches us that we're not encouraging because we did something great. And we're not encouraging because somebody did something great for us. It's not a transactional relationship. Jesus teaches us that he is the most encouraging person on the planet because his death on the cross taught us that he encouraged us despite us. He encouraged us because he loved us despite the mistakes we make. Now, why do we conquer these things and become the most encouraging person on the planet? Because we're loved regardless. You see, no one ever changes because they're loved because someone did something for you. We are loved because we are loved. We are loved because we are made by God, because we were his creation. We are loved despite all of us. Now, why do we have to change? We have to change because guess what? We don't deserve his love. And that's why, to be the most encouraging person on the planet, you don't just encourage somebody that did something for you. You encourage that kid who's bothering you, that kid who hasn't loved you, who said, I hate you, mom and dad, who said, I hate you, brother and sister. You encourage hardcore. And why is encouraging hardcore? It's not fluffy to encourage. You see, Jesus was the most encouraging person on the planet. And how was he the most encouraging person on the planet? What he did was he went through pain and death and suffering. He got destroyed for us. Why? He took it for us so that we would have a better life. He took it for us so that we would know our way out is we have to change or there is going to be a discouraging moment. And that's what sin does. That's what mistakes do. When we do wrong, why it messes us up so much? Because when we do wrong, it affects our relationships. When we do wrong, it discourages our relationships. So to be like Jesus, we have to ask him for help. We have to love hardcore because he loved us hardcore. We have to encourage hardcore because he encouraged us hardcore. Now, how does encouragement conquer even our enemies? You see, Deion Sanders, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's become one of my favorite coaches and favorite people. And a lot of people, he's become one of their favorite coaches and favorite people. But he actually has a lot of detractors. He has a lot of people that judge him. He has a lot of people that talk junk about him. He says this statement. He says, you didn't make me, so you can't break me, right? And you didn't build me, so you can't kill me. And so I guess like what he's saying is this, which I really like. You know, you didn't make me because you can't break me, and you didn't build me, so you can't kill me. He's not judging those people who are killing him or striving to break him. What he's saying is, I'm not going to act like you're acting if you're going to try to kill me. I'm not going to hurt you just because you hurt me. I'm not going to make you my enemy just because you decided to be my enemy. What he's saying is, I'm going to encourage, and that's what Christ says, I'm going to encourage despite how you treat me, despite maybe what you think about me. We need to be that person to want to take our enemies out to lunch, because guess what? They are not our God, just like our friends aren't our God. Our God decided to encourage us despite us. We need to encourage others despite them. We need to encourage others despite how they might make us feel or think about ourselves. Because feelings and emotions pass away, but the truth sets us free. And the truth is that we were an enemy to God. The truth is we were the ones that made mistakes. We are the ones that still make mistakes. I always tell people, you're not better than your enemy. And you probably aren't holier than your enemy. And you're probably not closer to Christ than your enemy. So it's our job not to make it worse for our enemy. It's our job to want to spend time with them. And so my dream is to be anybody my enemy out there. I'm like, call me up. If I ever do a video like this and they call me up, I guess I gotta go take them out to lunch or something. But if you're my enemy, I want to take you to lunch. And I want to spend time with you. Because guess what? You didn't make me. And you can't break me. That's the truth. And I love that. You see, something I've been doing, which I believe is an encouragement, is on my Instagram and Facebook every day, or at least every other day, I put on a word of the day. Like today, the word was plan. Plan. Speak plan into people's lives, that God has a plan for somebody. And one time when I went to Panera Bread, I said, God has a plan for your life to this stranger. And this stranger started crying. You see, on Facebook and Instagram, what I'm doing is I'm saying that every day, right? Every day is a day to have a word for that day to speak into somebody that can be like what I would call a prophetic word or an encouraging word. Because encouragement is prophetic. When we share a word with somebody, we're speaking into them goodness. We're speaking into them hope. We're speaking into them love. We're speaking into them patience. And the word for today is plan. He's got a plan for your life. And these words for the day have really, people are, hundreds by hundreds and even thousands and thousands of people are really getting excited about the word for the day. So go check those out. But I can tell you that every day is a day to speak an encouraging word into somebody. One of my favorite words to speak into people is amazing. You're amazing. One of my favorite words to speak into somebody is that you are wonderful, unstoppable. You see, these words that I use, they're words that have impacted my kids' lives, my wife's lives, strangers' lives. Speak good words into others. And that's what encouragement is. And you don't need to do that because they did something for you. We need to speak words of encouragement because it brings them joy. And who doesn't want joy? Who doesn't want hope? Who doesn't want encouragement? You see, I hope you had a great time on this YouTube video. I hope it encouraged you. I hope it builds you up. And you can find out more YouTube videos like these. You can find more of them on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe today and you'll be able to find out more encouraging messages. If you haven't followed me on Instagram or Facebook, do that as well. And you can get a word for the day. I promise you, it'll help you. Have a great day. And remember, live one day at a time.